is better than our YouTube feed, which was the opposite yesterday. YouTube seems to be having a little bit of an issue, guys, so just be aware of that. Cool, okay. Thank you. Just getting information, and I'm going to pass that straight back to you, Anu. Thanks for letting us know, Anu Church. We are busy working on it at the moment, so a big welcome to you. Len Henry Gobi is saying, go Franco de Matteo. Dave White, Stuart White's dad, has just joined us.
Lovely. Welcome.
Hello, Dave. Thanks very much. All the way from Bloemfontein. And of course,
I didn't even know they had this sort of stuff there, technology like this in Bloemfontein.
They don't. Somebody drove through town and gave Dave White his smartphone. That's why he was able to pick it up.
No, we're just joking. In fact, I see myself as a Bloemfonteiner. I'm just having a little joke. Don't worry, exactly. I'm not being serious.
YouTube is down, yes, thank you, Matthew Langton. But join us here on social media, on Facebook, and you'll still be able to pick up exactly what we're doing. I can see there's a big support coming out of Mr. Eric Caldwell. He's a big border towing fan, which means all the Van Zimmerman boys have got some fans here joining us. So thanks very much. And speaking of fans, all the way, I'm not quite sure where he is, but I just got a message on my phone actually sent to me from Vic Pardle. The loudest white boy on South African soil is watching us and watching our live stream as well. So Vic, thanks very much. We'll try and keep up the good work, bud. Thank you for the support. And please like and share and pass on all this information to all of the guys involved in spinning and drifting that you're involved with. We love the work that you've been doing, bud, and we'd like to share what we're doing here with them.
Yeah, whatever you do, if you've got other mates who may want to watch this, spread the word, please. There's Mr. Dalton in the extra BMW. He's off and running. Franco de Matteo, 43.843. Thank you very much for coming. He relegates Davy Hubert for the second spot. And Enzo Keen. And he is 45.7 at the moment. So the former rally champion putting down the hammer as well. That's very interesting to watch. Marcel Angel is in 4th place now, and Mark Grenier relegated to 5th. So how's that? Franco de Matteo, 43.8. Thanks for coming.
You know, there's some gold that's being picked up and taken by each of the competitors making their way up the hill. That's the first time we see Adrian Dalton in the Extra Shoes BMW making his way to the top of the hill too. Nice to see that. But for all those people that are complaining about the YouTube feed going down, don't worry, guys. Just swap across to another social media platform. Jaguar Simola Hillclimb 2009, King of the Hill Day 1. And you can pick it up on iLEB, or you can pick it up also on JaguarSimolaHillclimb.com. Don't be scared to go and check out our other platforms that we are going live streaming on as well. It's not only on YouTube with motorsport.tv. We have got other platforms that are showing exactly the same footage, which is why we're being able to carry on, and people have been able to comment throughout the 2 practice sessions we've had so far. Keep the comments coming.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you, whatever it is, whether it is negative or positive. Of course, we'd love the positive better, but they tell us right now in our ears that YouTube is back up and all sorted, so we hope that you're happy with that. We are indeed. If there's anything out there, let us know. We'd love to hear from you.
Let me tell you something. The guys downstairs in our control room and in the production team from ProVisual, they are top class. Literally on the fly, they can sort anything out. So if we do go down for whatever reason, ladies and gents, please give us a little heads up. Even just send us straight to my own Facebook page or to Arnie's, and we'll to sort you out. Hopefully we'll get all that information and pass it on to the powers that be and get it resolved as quickly as we can.
I don't know why you're making such a big deal of that. You said that the technical crew can sort anything out on the fly. Superman does that every day.
Yeah. But listen, we got a Superman down there. Fritzy is pretty much right on it when it comes to this kind of thing.
You're right.
Darren Goodman's another man from East London, the chicken man. What does he do? He's got a chicken farm, and he sells chicken to Nando's and KFC and all those kind of people. That's how he makes his money. But he's also he's got a big support from Simola. Simola, one of his big sponsors. And of course, we couldn't do what we're doing without Simola.
Simola have been incredible. In fact, all the residents in this part of the world, the parking area, you ride through the bottom part of the Simola development here. Oh my word, that is Martin van Zimmeren in the Nissan RB26, and he has shaken the place up. Tripods have fallen, women's hair have blown back. It is ridiculous. Some people may actually have even lost a bra strap or two with that one. That is scary.
I think the lady walking down the stairs also might have lost some other form of lingerie as she walked down there. But needless to say, this is the pace setter so far. He was quickest in the first session.
Yeah.
So Martin van Zimmeren, and get a smell, get a whiff of that special fuel. You know, it's not the stuff that you get down the road at 95.
Yeah, it's drifting in through our window here, and it is such a pity that we can't make you smell it, because now we've got the complete thing. We've been assaulted by ear, by nose, and by sight. All your senses are humming. That is Aldo Scribanti in the Audi S4 wearing number 21. That's a 2011 model. Look at how he's making this thing hop up and down there. That's not all that great either. He's got to try and keep it slightly smoother than that. Tells you how rough this surface is.
Now heading up to the top of the hill now, you can see they're not going to hold anything back here. They're also trying to get these runs done and dusted before we get too much more precipitation coming down. Because there is a lot of concern. A couple of guys with umbrellas up, that's what I'm really worried about.
It's coming down again, I'm afraid. It's that very fine, misty stuff that's just enough to ruffle your hair. So here's one of the big watches of the day. Everyone, every pair of eyes in the house on Franco Scabanti and that Nissan.
Oh, battled with the slippery conditions there to get off the line, but needless to say, still got a great drive off there and heads into turn 2, Castrol corner. Not clipping on any of the apexes there. Heading down through some of the comments we've had so far. Big thanks to all of you guys for joining us. Happy birthday, Giles Derrick. Hope you're enjoying all of the action. I see a couple of guys not only watching us, but remember, we got South Africans in action throughout this weekend as well, with Sheldon van der Linde and Aberdeen racing in DTM. On the same weekend, you've got Tasman Pepper at W Series, and they're watching that as well as what we're doing here today. And then tomorrow, remember, we've got the two Binder boys at MotoGP. First run at the top of the screen as well for Devin Robertson. This is his very first run in his machine, so great to see that they've got the Big Boss Auto car out there. And Devin Robertson is certainly going to be a man to watch out for. There is a young man who has got multiple championships, including a world championship in NX Legends.
Interesting that a lot of guys have opted now to sit out. Here we are up to number 13. This is Tom Barrett in that little Lotus with the Toyota engine. He's away and running as well. And you mentioned young Devin Robertson. He is in that Radical Suzuki, the SR1 Club Sport, which first saw the light in 2005.
And remember, that runs a GSXR 1300cc Hayabusa engine in it. So power to weight ratio on Devon's car is something we're going to have to watch out for throughout the weekend and over the next 2 days. 11 is Mike Berrier. That's the V6 Nissan-powered Shelby Can-Am. Not only participating in Hillclimb events like he's doing today, but he also is part of the South African Endurance Championship. And we'll get to see him in Port Elizabeth at the end of the month in round 2 at that Mopar event at Aldo Scribanti.
Also battled with the takeaway there. He really did. They couldn't get any downforce going at all, and it was sideways rather than forward, and that would have cost him a few seconds straight off the bat.
I think what you're going to find there is he's probably not running wet weather tires. They were usually only able to run slick tires on those cars, but if he has found a set of wets to fit that car, they may be on right now. And in fact, as they head up to the top of the hill there, car number 9, that's got the Villiers. That Formula Volkswagen is on slick tires, so it's not going to. What you're going to find is if they've got the tires, as I said, and they can get the heat into the rubber, they don't have to worry too much as long as they don't sit here for too long.
When the heat starts leaving the rubber, that's when you're in trouble. But even there, we saw how he battled the grip as well, and he was sliding on top of the water, which is on top of the rubber at the start.
Here's a man who is an absolute genius in the wet, Jeff Kruger in the Universal Lotus 7. Team Red Racing here with 3 competitors competing today. Not only Jeff Kruger, but also Doc Pretorius, as I mentioned. He's out there in his AMG GTR. And then you've also got Trappies van Tonder racing for that team. And looks like, here we go. There are definitely rain tires on car 7. Winston Jardine has decided, Wayne Jardine, I should say. I don't know why he's gone with Winston Wayne. But it's normally Wayne Jardine. But Wayne Jardine has decided to go with the wet weather tires on his Formula Volkswagen, which might not be a bad thing. You know what? You've got a set of rain tires in these kind of conditions with the very rough track that you're playing on. Yes, they're going to get ripped up, but they are going to give you the traction that you require.
Yeah. Number 8 is on the way. Cornel Smith in the ARO MK1. That's a Suzuki GSXR 600 powered vehicle. It's a Formula M. And also it's a gorgeous looking little car. And let's look at the line here. It's got it nice and compact and nice and together. Not too tight on the right-hander.
No, nice line through there, perfectly done. Now lines it up to go up through the S's. It's a left, right that they've got to do through here. And then a very long right-hander that takes them to the top of the hill. Now, I actually got a message from my dad saying he's loving the coverage, but the top camera seems to be down again. I wonder if there might be a bit of a link issue with the rain that's come down. Yeah. I'm just letting our crew know that we have got a concern come through from a couple of our viewers out there saying that the top camera might be down. I'm not sure if it is. No worries, no problem. I'm just giving you guys a heads up. So just getting in my ear there from Fritz and our directors that there is some feedback coming through, and that's the cool thing about being interactive.
Yeah.
We get that feedback, so we can immediately reply to people that are watching and say, listen, guys, we are having problems. Look, the wet weather and the rain. It is raining now, proper. The rain is coming down. Everybody's got umbrellas up, hoodies are on, and you can see down there as we wait to see Robert Volk's first attempt. He didn't go out for the first run. Volk now in the A1 Grand Prix Ferrari could be possibly a man to watch out for as well. Robert Volk and Gavin Cronier testing this car at Swartkops have got the unofficial outright lap record. Andre Besaidnout had it for a while when he drove his Minardi F1 around, but with wet weather tyres.
Oh, he battled there. Battled to get away.
Yeah, Ferrari F1 engine underneath that bonnet. That is one of the A1 Grand Prix cars. All, I think there are 30 odd of the fleet are in South Africa. They've been bought by a conglomerate, and they are prepping them to do an international arrive and drive series in single seaters.
Fantastic.
The only thing that's sort of hindered their progress in getting them going is the original electronic suppliers to that series, when they were running as A1 Grand Prix, Magneti Marelli, pulled all the technical side and all of the equipment out. So they've had to try and create a different and find another supplier to give them an option. The only one that is running with that system is the car that's on track.
There you go. Race number 4. And Volk, of course, is a 4-time Formula Ford winner, title winner, and also won Formula Volkswagen Championships in 2013, and is going nicely in the GTC series as well. We haven't spoken yet about the GTC series. That is really taking South African motorsport by storm as well. I've been blessed to do some of the commentary for that, and that has been fantastic to do as well. It's good to see, and there's some development, young riders coming through as drivers, and then, of course, the older folk.
Yeah, I've got to say, there's a massive turnaround in terms of how things have been handled on GDC side of things. I'm loving the new TV format that they've gone with as well. I found it a little tedious in the previous one, having to get the voiceover work being done in an international country when we've got the likes of yourself who can handle it without any issues at all. I like the way they've changed that up. The look and feel of the whole show looks good, but that just is a portrayal of what's actually happening out on the track too, with the action that's being supplied by those 9 drivers. Yes, there are only 9, but I think as this series picks up through this season, we're going to see a couple of changes and some more cars coming to the grid.
And I'm also interested to see how they will go if GTC goes with this kind of coverage, which will also make a difference. Robert Volk then goes into 4th place, 46.4. But as you were saying, if you leave it on the line that long and you can't get the grip properly, that's 2 seconds gone. So let's just argue that's 2 seconds off there. He's looking at a 44.4, which is an entirely different proposition altogether.
King of the Hill out there at the moment, and with these wet weather conditions, I think Besaidnout will probably just be testing things out in case it rains tomorrow. This is the cool thing about having conditions like we've got today and potentially getting them tomorrow. If you don't go out, you may rue the day that you didn't get a chance to actually go and test what the car's ability is able and what is capable of doing in wet weather conditions, because I always say to the young karters and to the young motocross riders and young motorcycle riders, the only way to learn to ride and drive in the rain is to learn to actually go out and drive and ride in the rain.
It's such a lovely business saying, as Besaidnout goes over the line in that Gould of his, you don't know what you don't know until you know it. Yeah. And this is the only place. It's practical experience, practical application. You've got to scare the pants off yourself every now and then in these sorts of conditions to understand how far you can take it and how far you shouldn't take it. And it's as simple as that. So then that seems to be the end of qualifier 2, or practice 2, if you like. Franco Di Matteo in the first place at 43.843. Davy Hubert second, 45.6. Enzo Keen at 45.789. Robbie Volk in that Ferrari, 46.4. And like we were saying, he probably have left about 2 odd seconds out there on the line, because it was not only the fact that he didn't get decent grip, but it was a sideways movement as well at the same time. Then Franco Scribanti in 6th place at 46.9. Marcel Angel 46.0. 47.0, I beg your pardon. Mark Cronier at 47.1. Kai Goddard at 47.4. And Johan de Bruin is the man in 10th spot at the moment, 47.5.
So one cool aspect about this top of the leaderboard so far, from a Jaguar point of view, you have a Jaguar XKR leading things out at this stage. Davy Jabir there is in the Honda-powered Lotus Exige. Enzo Kuhn, incredible. listen, Enzo Kuhn, I think what he did there is he put together all of his National Rally Championship experience to get his car up there. He's in an F-Pace, a stock standard F-Pace right up there. A little bit of change up though, as you can see. I think we're going to be going into our third practice session in a couple of minutes' time. But I don't know if we've got Colin or Jacob or even Farney around having to pick up on some of the action.
I'll tell you what
they've all gone to the VIP area because
They saw the rain and said, "No, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
I'm done.
I'm not standing in the rain.
I'm done.
I'm gone." Those two oaks in the studio, they can just hold it.
Yeah, we'll hold the fort, boys.
Don't worry, boys. You stay nice and dry. Don't worry about us for a coffee or whatever the case may be. Or dare we say those cucumber salmis in the
champagne. Look, I think they just arrived, eh? Have they? Yeah, there's a nice little lunchbox that Nadia just brought.
You're talking about this?
I'm not quite sure if they're cucumber ones, but we definitely got something to nibble on.
Cheese sandwiches.
Cheese salmis. Cheese salmis are good.
And
I still got the crust on.
I hate to tell you, they think we're messy.
We're not happy about that, eh? We did actually ask specifically on air for the crust to be released.
It's not acceptable. No, but what really, I'm offended by the fact that they've given us all these serviettes. Do they really think that we chew with our mouths open?
Yeah, I think so.
On air.
I think so, hey. I think we couldn't have left the studio as clean as we could yesterday. Anyway, going back to where we were, because we've now got a reboot of our timing. Robert Volk is in the A1 Grand Prix Ferrari-powered car. He's in 4th place. Martin Van Zimmerman is in the Nissan GT-R 35. Franco Scribanti, of course, in that all-conquering Pikes Peak Nissan GT-R of his. Marcel Angel is in a Ferrari 458. Is the F-Type SVR that Mark Cronier is piloting. Kai Goddard, incredible run there from him, in the APV V8 Master. And Johan de Bruin is in a 997 GT3. So that is the mix-up of cars in the top 10 as well. There is not one car that is exactly the same as the other in that top 10. So the array is phenomenal. As the cars roll back down the hill, they're going to come and reboot. And as soon as they've rebooted, of course, we're going to be allowing some of our VIP guests and the performance tour to head back up the hill to get an idea of what the conditions are like now in the wet weather conditions. But I think at this stage, it may be time to go and find Farney and see what he's found. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
He's standing by. Farney looks like he's going to be chatting to... is that the Sea Rescue Boys there? You may need the Sea Rescue Boys here today, eh? There's no doubt about it.
Farney, take it away.
Guys, I'm down here with Mark. He's the official starter. Check out his arms. Check out his arms. He's doing 1, 2, 3, wave a flag. How many times a day?
Somebody else has worked it out. Apparently it's 1,800 times over the weekend.
1,800 starts over the weekend. And Mark has been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I've been here since inception. And it's a great thing to be a part of, you know. It's once a year, and it's great excitement in Asda, and it's something to look forward to every year.
So, Mark, tell us about the evolvement of this spectacular event. You know, 10 years ago, the first, or actually 11 years ago, because we missed 1 year. How did this whole thing evolve?
You know, there was a little bit of it actually started, as far as I can remember, my old man also got involved. They wanted to do a classic car race, and that's where it really all started. And then slowly but surely, everyone jumped on the bandwagon and thought this was a great idea. And it's just grown from strength to strength every year. I mean, hats off to Ian and his team. They've done an amazing job. It's an incredible amount of work to do right through the year. I think the preparation for next year would start probably Monday morning, you know, when everything's still shutting down from this year. So new guys getting involved. Every single year you get here, there's always somebody saying, listen, well, I can offer this for next year. And it's a great thing to be a part of. Everyone wants to be a part of something like this.
Mark, what's happening with the Sea Rescue? Are you involved?
I am involved with Sea Rescue. Currently it's the only thing that's keeping me dry other than this umbrella, but I can't hold that while I'm letting the cars go. But yes, we are involved with Sea Rescue. Sea Rescue was involved many years ago with its inception, due to the fact that the guys were medically trained as well. We obviously had to draw a line when it became a bit too serious, because of a lot of logistical things in between. One of them being, if there's too many of the guys here and there is an actual operation going on, we can't obviously fulfill our obligation from that perspective.
Mark, thank you for doing a wonderful job. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go and get to the 700th start for the weekend. Yeah. All the best, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Okay, back to you dry guys. All you dry guys up there in in the booth, are you nice and warm and cuddly?
Listen, Fonny, come on up here and
yeah,
I'll show
come.
you. We've
Come
got
on.
some lacquer drips that are dripping right onto all of our equipment. We've now kind of strategically placed our mixer board, laptop, screen,
times you've been here?
Facebook page,
Coffee.
coffee. Yeah,
as
the
well.
coffee's actually getting the drip because it's quite warm, the water. It's warming the coffee up a little bit. Cell phones and calculators so that we can not have to worry about the rain.
Did you,
And it's working nicely.
you hear there's a bit of a hurt in his voice?
Yeah, he was feeling it.
Nice and dry
Nice and dry up there, guys. Anyway, speaking of nice and dry, a big welcome to Frans Opperman, to Michael Broom. Thanks very much for the coverage. We do appreciate it. Well, we're trying to give the best we can. Coast Guard Mark is in the house here. Shore crew member of the National Sea Rescue right here, brother. Ex-Navy boy, so I had to go shore crew.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah. But Sean Best, just to come back to you, all the way from Mexico, or on the border of Mexico. The beautiful young lady who's talking about, Nadia's behind us.
There we go.
She's just
Nadia,
arrived,
say
yes.
hello, please.
But I think he was, yeah, there's Nods. I think he's referring to Addison. She'll be here in a few minutes' time. With the wet weather, she kind of hung around a little bit and did a couple more things on YouTube of herself before she decided to make her way down here. You know what it's like being a celebrity media representative in this country?
Got no idea.
Particularly when it's the likes of Jaguar or any of those big brands. They look after their media really well. And of course, we've got Castrol helping us out with the media centre this weekend. So a big help and a big thanks to them. That's practice 2 done and dusted. But we'll be back in about 5 minutes' time. Join us in 5 minutes' time for more action here from the 10th running of the Jaguar Simola Hillclimb.
Right, guys, it's wet, wet, wet again. You know, sometimes we wish for Joburg weather where it rains and then the sun comes out. But we've got what we've got, and we're going to have a look at a couple of interesting bits and pieces. You'll see that there's 10 million people down here. And I suppose this beast is one of the cars that we've got to have a look at. It's got a Porsche, a wing from Porsche, Franco's Porsche, on the front. This thing is all about downforce. But the issue really is looking for traction. They've got slicks on the car, but in this kind of weather, it's got to have rain tires. And the question that a lot of drivers have been looking